thank you. Very good afternoon to all of you, and thank you very much for coming here. Of course, it's been a very special experience once again working with Sudhir. And we've done a feature film before this, and it's always very exciting because Sudhir has the knack or the technique to select material that is always layered. There are always nuances, there are always wheels within wheels, if you would like to call it that. And Hostage is no different. And in fact, I think that he's having the time of his life with Hostage, because now he's got an opportunity to tell the story in 5 hours. And usually he's like, you know, he's got about 2 hours to tell the story, and I've always seen him sort of wanting a little more time, but he's got the time to do it. And of course, I'd like to compliment this wonderful star cast, to Tiska and Ronit and everyone, these young gentlemen. I didn't have an opportunity to, and this lady, I didn't have an opportunity to work with them directly, but certainly with Ronit and Tiska. I'd like to also thank Applause and Hotstar and everyone for this fantastic opportunity. Don't ask me about my role, because as always happens at the end of the shoot, you say, oh, okay, so that with Sudhir, it's always, acha, mera character ye tha. अब समझ में आया मुझे, ठीक है यार, इसको जरा दोबारा करें. तो it's a good experience. I like to work in without any as much as there is a definition, there is also the avenue and the area to be able to deal with the gray areas when you're working with this wonderful director, Mr. Sudhir Misra. But thank you very much, and I think you will enjoy it, because I've seen the trailer and it looked very exciting. And I'm very confident that the series will be, you know, path-breaking in its mystery and its thriller content. Thank you very much.
Interesting है, और पढ़ते हैं और उसके पीछे मतलब जब नकाब खुलता है तो उसके पीछे कुछ कोई और दिखता है. तो literally जो ये नकाब पहने ये लोग, तो हर आदमी को एक नकाब पहने हैं, तो वो interesting है बहुत. And आजकल की दुनिया कुछ ऐसी है. आजकल मतलब ना, एलियट साहब बड़े पोएट थे, वो उनकी लाइन थी कि prepare a face to meet the faces that you meet, you know. So ऐसा कुछ है चक्कर, और बहुत मुझे बहुत मज़ा आया इसको स्क्रीन पे लाते वक्त. इस तरह के डायरेक्टर, इस तरह के एक्टर्स को डायरेक्ट करने में, इस तरह के कैरेक्टर्स को उभारने में, to bring them to life. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, it's about today. It's a very today show.
सुधीर जैसे डायरेक्टर अगर हों, I remember कि शुरुआत में मैं इनको सोशली मिली थी सुधीर सर को, but he's quite intimidating. जब आप उनसे, you know, एक तो he's got this height and then he's got this booming voice.
पहले जब मैं नया इंडस्ट्री में आया था तो भट्ट साहब ने मुझे समझाया था कि थोड़ा ऐसा अकड़ के रहो तो मामला ठीक है. वो ऐसी फसाड है उसमें, पीछे कुछ नहीं है.
But in his words, he, like Sudhir sir always says, कि I'm a madman here. You know, he'll say it himself, and you'll see, like, you know, shooting at this दौरान हम shot से immediately पहले he'll just come to you and he's like कि ये ऐसा नहीं है, उसको ऐसे करते हैं, ऐसा सही रहेगा. And then we do it, and then we suddenly, you know, in hindsight we see कि हम जो कर रहे थे वो क्या था, and then suddenly he'll come up with something which is so interesting. And right at the end of the thing, so he has that style which is quite unique.
टिस्का तारीफ कर रही थी आप मेरी.
तो 2-3 दिन तो थोड़ा सा एक फॉर्मेलिटी रही, but उसके बाद, you know, we really bonded very well. I see कि एक्टर और डायरेक्टर का रिलेशनशिप एक पाइप और नल की तरह होता है. आप नलका हैं, आप दिख रहे हैं सामने, आपके थ्रू इमोशंस आ रहे हैं, बट वो जो पानी आ रहा है वो पाइप के थ्रू आ रहा है. तो there can't be any break between the actor and the director. उनके थॉट्स और इमोशंस और स्टोरी आपके थ्रू निकल के आती है, पर उसके पहले जो सारी मेहनत होती है. सो ही हैज़ अ वे. थ्रिलर तो एक साइड पे चल रहा था, लाइक औशम जस्ट सेड के ही वुड पहले हमको करने देते, देन ही वुड कम एंड से इसका मुद्दा क्या है, इसका मुद्दा ढूंढो, और इसके अंदर ये तो चल ही रहा है, ये तो चल रहा है, नीचे क्या चल रहा है वो देखो, इसको ऐसा लग रहा है उसको, एंड वुड स्पिन इट अराउंड एंड गिव इट अ डायमेंशन एंड अ ट्विस्ट जो हमने शायद देख नहीं पाए या समझ नहीं पाए. एंड दैट मेड इट लाइक the many layers out of which you were operating at the same time was wonderfully challenging. And like I said,
No, it's wonderful. Thanks to Sameer and Applause and Deepak and Deepak Dhar and all these fantastic actors. A great premise. I really loved making it. It's really very interesting because very rarely you get to make a thriller which is so much in terms of character, the layers, everything in the show. So I don't think you should judge anything by the first episode, for example, because every episode, every character kind of reveals itself. The two leads are both contradictory, opposed to each other, yet, they're both right. So, who's who and what and right and wrong are kind of always up for grabs, and it's wonderful the way it unfolds. And I think, we've got a great team, even the technical crew, the performances are terrific. I mean, all of them, Ronit here, Tiska, Praveen.
a woman is like a tea bag. You put her in hot water and you know how strong she is. So this character, Dr. Meera Anand, my mouth was watering to play this part. I'm deeply thankful to all the powers that be, Applause, Hotstar, Sudhir, my wonderful cast, crew, everyone. It was just the most fantastic experience, one of the best roles of my life that I got a chance to play, and I enjoyed it every single minute. What a dilemma to have as a doctor to have taken the Hippocratic Oath and say that I will save lives at all costs, and then to be pitted against your own oath and put your family on the other side. Would you take an innocent man's life? She cuts people up in order to save them, and now she's being told to do something completely different. I thought it was an outstanding, unforced central conflict. नहीं तो normally when you have a show तो उसमें काफी forced होती हैं चीजें कि एक बनाई होती है conflict. पर इसमें इतना central conflict strong था that at every moment, I was tested to the extreme as the character. कि कैसे करेगी इस situation से अब कैसे बाहर निकलेगी. Enjoyed it to the hilt.
नहीं वही तो कहानी है. That's the story that Tiska's told us about the central plot. Now, what it is about the story and all the characters that contribute to the story is that at no point is it what it seems to be. So it is, even when any of the characters, me included, is doing a specific deed, you don't know what the agenda behind it is, and you don't know whether it is correct or incorrect. So I think the dichotomy of that play and the various layers that every character here has, and like Sudhir sir rightfully said, it's not just about a particular thing, it's also about the young girl's love story. She's not here today. No, you're not a young girl. No, not this young girl. We have another young girl. The brothers, there's a brother-father story here. There's two friends. There's a brother-in-law. Those emotions. So it's not just a bunch of people taking a bunch of people hostage. Like Deepak very rightfully said, there's a lot of layers to the story, and it's not just telling an episode and leaving a hook at the end of it. Every scene